Good news, everyone. Finally, we got the base boards for the flight controller or the autopilot. This is from PCB Power Market, who is our assembler for this board. And they ship it right on my birthday. What special gift do you want on a birthday, right? So I've been waiting for this board forever. You guys might have known if you've been following my journey on building the autopilots for drone components. So now that we have it here and I've tested, you might have checked my latest tweet about the success of these base boards and the flight controller, and you might have seen that it's already right there on the drone as well. So the blue case right here, what you see is our carrier board, and the aluminum casing is the flight controller. Let's get started. What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. Karthik Rangarajan here, founder and CEO of Agam Robotics. We got the base boards here in the last week. I was expecting this to be shipped a few weeks ago, but surprise, manufacturing delays. I didn't get the boards right on time. I was expecting that I could do a product launch on January 17th, which was our first anniversary of Agam Robotics. But as you know, because of the delays, I just couldn't do the product launch. But probably I'm expecting that we will do a product launch in the next few weeks. So before that, I just wanted to discuss about the carrier board and the flight controller. You might have seen in my previous videos where this drone was completely the whole drone was made of made in China parts, like the flight controllers, motors, propellers, ESCs, sensor systems like GPS, optical flow sensor, and the frame itself. So our goal was to replace one of it, which is the flight controller or autopilot system, which has to be completely manufactured in India. This right here, what you see, the blue system in the aluminum case, is all fully made in India, truly made in India. The components on the other side, we cannot, because as you know, India doesn't have a semiconductor industry as of now. So the components are typically imported, but the board and the fabrication process, the assembly process is all done in India. So this is probably the first Pixhawk Autopilot bus, which is the PAB standard for industrial drones. And this could be the first ever. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to take the case out of the drone. Yeah, there you go. Probably this is the first autopilot system which is based on PAB standard to be ever made in India. It is. Hopefully, I'm expecting that this needs to be commercially available in the market, depending on how things goes. As if it goes as planned, let's look into it. I'll discuss more about this in the further videos. But the plan is to make this completely available commercially, and the whole system. And then the plan is to make all the other peripherals like cables, connectors, things like that to be also available in the market. So for now, let's get into the carrier board or the base board. So the previous version, what you might have seen, is very similar to this. The difference is that there is no microcontroller on the baseboard here. We completely eliminated that and moved all the processing information on the flight controller side. So the carrier board is basically just connectors connecting the the inputs like sensor systems, GPS, and things like that, and it sends that information to the flight controller. So it's basically taking inputs and outputs from the system. So it has no other processing done on this board. So it has to be a very easy plug and play system. And as I said, we connected this with the flight controller, what was already tested. You might have seen that in our previous video, and it completely worked flawlessly. You just plug the flight controller, it gets detected on the QGC, and you'll be able to set up your system, the drone, based on the type of aircraft it is and what sort of sensor systems you're connecting on. So you should be able to do every one of those in this autopilot system. Right. moving on to the flight controller, you guys have already watched my previous video. If you haven't, you can check that out in the description. I'll link the video over there. And the flight controller is basically the same design, there's no change in it, we have already finalized it. It also has the sensor board connected into it. I cannot take it out as of now, it's connected with the maybe I can show you like this. There's a flex cable attaching the sensor board and the flight controller. So what's the point of talking about this is the not the flight controller but the casing. If you see here, earlier we had, I'm not sure, there it is, right here. I should have kept this along with me, but yeah, here you go. You might have seen this. We had a completely 3D printed case. It worked. It really worked. It did not have any issues. But the thing is, for a long term and for more durable purposes, and also because the processor gets super hot and the heat has to dissipate, and aluminum is a good material to dissipate that heat. And so it's all machined, and I have to say thanks to Mechanica for getting this machine. I'm still waiting for the next version. There are few changes. Maybe that's because from the CAD model of the PCB what I used to design this case to the actual PCB, there are certain variations in it, and you can see there's a slight gap over here and on all sides. So that's because the PCB has certain thickness physically as compared to the CAD model. So already made design, and I'm making it slightly, not thicker, but slightly elevated in its design, so that the flex cable and the sensor system is all neatly packed and balanced. So that's sort of the update on the flight controller side. And for the carrier board, the plan is to have 3D printed for the current batch, which I have 6 units for now. So that all will have the 3D printed casing, and I'm probably expecting to go with the next stage, a vacuum casting for the pilot batch. And I do have 6 units as of now. The thing is there are 3 to 4 units actually reserved for certain customers. They've already asked, certain companies in the drone industry have asked me to reserve a unit for them for purchasing. So maybe 3 to 4 units would be for that, and I'll be having 1 unit for myself. So I'm looking for selling 2 other units locally in Bangalore. Someone who has a drone already which uses PX4 Autopilot system or anything like this based on standard Autopilot system, and they have rest of the peripherals already with them. And I would want to work with you guys if you already have the drone, so that I'll be able to support you if there is anything, and being local would be much easier in case I have to visit your site, or you can come over here for any sort of support. So that's why I'm looking for someone who already has a drone. So if you guys are interested, comment below, or you can contact me at the email over here. So I'd be able to reserve the units for you guys. This is only for someone who already has experience of building drones and they already have the entire ecosystem. I don't want to work with someone who is beginner at this stage, because this is more for testing purposes, and I don't want to go through different set of problems which is not related to the autopilot. So I want someone who already has a drone, and the autopilot can be swapped, and you could place hours in the drone system and then do the testing. So if you're interested, comment down below. And for now, let's look into the flight test of the BaseBoard and the flight controller and the complete autopilot system. Let's watch that.
Yeah. What up?
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as I said, we've done like enough testing on the autopilot system itself, and I'm continuing to do more tests to find out like if there are any issues. On the firmware side, like there would be a lot of improvements as we go further, because PX4 is an open source community, and there are like a lot of people trying to improve things in this. And on the hardware side, I should say like most of the things are already set. There might be few changes in the later version that could only be like better improvements, and that needs further testing in the later stage. But for now, I think the hardware is pretty much set, and the only things are like some of the casings, enclosures, and things like that, or maybe like peripherals like connectors, cables, and stuff like that. But on the carrier board, flight controller, and the sensor system in the autopilot is all pretty much set for now. And if you guys are interested in testing, as I said before, if you already have a drone, please comment down below or contact me, and we can work together on testing the autopilot system in your drones. And also I'm like planning to do a pilot batch of like 50 or maybe 100 units depending on the order size. And if you guys are interested in placing an order, you can contact me again on this email, depending on how much quantity you need. So I'm like trying to curate all these orders together so that like I can do a bulk manufacturing. In that case, like you would get the product at a much lower cost than doing 1 or 2 units. So the more we mass produce, the lower the cost would be. So that's the sort of the idea here, and that's how the system works, right? So do let me know if you're interested in purchasing the autopilot system. We can work together on this. All right, thanks for watching.